So welcome back to the channel everyone, hope you're all well. Out and about in St Albans today with vlogging by the beachcomber, and we're going to take a look at St Albans Crown Court, which is located at number 6 Bricket Road in an AL1 postcode. Now the Crown Court was designed by Macintosh, Haynes and Kennedy in what is known as the modernist style at a cost of £16.3 million. So the Crown Court's just here. Scan out. So some notable cases have included the trial and conviction of Stephen Marshall, known as the Jigsaw Killer, in January 2010 for the murder of his landlord Jeffrey Howe. The trial and conviction of Angela Taylor in November 2019 for the murder of her wealthy husband William Taylor, and the trial and conviction of Ian Stewart in February 2022 for the murder of his fiancée and author Helen Bailey. Now Ian Stewart will actually spend the rest of his life in prison after being found guilty of murdering his wife in 2010, 6 years before he went on to kill his fiancée at their home in Hertfordshire. Now Ian Stewart denied killing Diane Stewart, who died at their family home in Bassingbourn, Cambridgeshire on the 25th of June 2010. Now the 47-year-old's cause of death was recorded at the time as sudden death in epilepsy. Now Stewart will die behind bars after he was sentenced to a whole life order. He told his trial at Huntingdon Crown Court that he found his wife collapsed in the garden when he returned from the supermarket. Now he said he tried to revive her, attempted to contact neighbours who were a doctor and a nurse, and tried again to revive his wife, and then called 999. Now a death was not treated as suspicious at the time, and although a post-mortem was carried out, it was not a forensic post-mortem. Now police reopened the case after Stewart, 61, was convicted 6 years later of the murder of his fiancée, children's book author Helen Bailey, whose body was found in the cesspit of the £1.5 million home they shared in Royston in Hertfordshire. Now Stewart was found guilty of Bailey's murder at St Albans Crown Court in 2017 and was handed a life-term prison sentence with a minimum term of 34 years before he could be considered for parole. He had spent 6 weeks poisoning Miss Bailey with prescription sedatives before smothering her and dumping her body, where it lay undiscovered for 3 months alongside the body of her dog Boris. Now he stood to gain £1.8 million in investments plus the value of 2 properties. Now I'll stitch in a couple of videos about Ian Stewart's case and his arrest.
So she's not awake, and you didn't think that she was breathing. How did you check if she was breathing?
I sort of fear. I think she's in the garden. She's in the garden.
Right, you need to slow down, okay, because
she's in the garden. She's unconscious.
Is she breathing?
No, I don't think so. No.
Right, you need to go and check on her, sir, for me, please.
I'm right beside her now.
Is she breathing?
I don't think so. I've turned her to try and put her in recovery position, but I can't do it. She just flopped back.
So you didn't think she was breathing. Said I've tried, I've turned her to put her in a recovery position, but I can't do it. She's just flopped back. Can you describe to us how you put her in a recovery position, or how you tried to? How do you know about the recovery position?
present property. Time now is 10:15 by my watch. Mr. Stewart, I'm arresting you on suspicion of the murder of your late wife, Diane
You're joking?
Stewart, on Friday.
You're digging this.
Friday the 25th of June.
Well,
Say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something which you later on in court.
Well,
you do say
what
may be
rubbish.
given evidence.
Have you got nothing better to do than make
We
things
can
up?
discuss this at Thorpewood Police Station, which is where we're going to.
Life is good again. I never thought I'd say it. I never believed it, but it's good again.
Just 6 months after this interview promoting her latest book about becoming a widow, Helen Bailey was murdered. She'd thought she'd found love again, but while she was planning her upcoming wedding to fiancé Ian Stewart, he was planning her death. A close friend said Helen was besotted with him.
He was on a widow and widower's website. He'd lost his wife, and Helen was very excited to meet someone. He's spoken about or written about very much in her book.
She'd seemed happy in the relationship was in a good place.
There was nothing that alerted me.
His motive was financial.
Hi everybody, it's Helen. I'm a writer.
Her career as a best-selling author of 23 books had amassed her a £4 million fortune, which was to be left to him should she die.
Did you suspect before he was arrested that he could be in any way involved?
Someone really close to me said, you know, it's always the partner. And I know Helen's sense of judgment, and I was very, very closely involved. Said, well, you know, I can't imagine in this case.
But Ian had been drugging his fiancée with sleeping pills prescribed to him for months before smothering her in a calculated killing on the 11th of April 2016. That afternoon, he transferred thousands of pounds from her account into one he had access to, before CCTV captured him dumping bedding involved in the murder and then picking up a takeaway. 4 days later, he finally rang the police to record Helen missing.
Hertfordshire Police, how can I help?
In an erratic phone call where he referred to her in the past tense and couldn't answer the most basic of questions.
And what's her date of birth?
Oh, crikey. God, she phoned me there.
Her eye colour?
I don't know at the moment. Sorry, it's just gone out of my head. Sorry, God, that's terrible.
Before trotting out his cover story.
She left a note. She said in the note something like, I need space and time alone.
And then this lie.
She's definitely not at home, no.
No, brother asked that. I've literally checked everywhere. We have got quite a large house, but I have literally checked everywhere.
During the 3-month search for Helen, Ian was uncooperative, sometimes obstructive.
So you're telling us you're hungry. We ideally probably would like to do another interview with you.
Another one.
As he watched police conduct what he knew to be a futile missing person investigation. He continued to text her phone and, despite his apparent grief, went on holiday before being arrested on suspicion of murder last July.
Are you joking?
On caution, he let slip where he dumped Helen.
Oh, the garage door's open.
At the back of the home they shared is a garage. Hidden beneath a car was a hatch to a cesspit, where police eventually found Helen's body. She'd been discarded to decompose in human excrement, and alongside her, her dog Boris, that never left her side.
Did you kill Helen Bailey?
Ian Stewart refused to answer police questions before claiming Helen was killed by kidnappers who framed him. But his lies unravelled in court.
You had the money, you had the planning, you had the use of the sedative, and then you had this extraordinary cover-up, which went on for several months, and then this fantastical story that he produced, that the crime had been committed by these shadowy figures called Nick and Joe.
Ian Stewart planned the murder of a woman who loved him. For those that loved her, that's the ultimate heartache.
What were the hardest things that came out from the trial?
How she'd been found. And that she'd been with someone she loved, and that this had happened for her money.
Sarah Hedgebigary, Sky News.
So when you're filming a court, just mention this as well, you've got to be really, really careful. because filming courts due to section 41 of the Criminal Justice Act 1925, and in particular part 2C, and I'll stick that details in as well. So this is the Crown Court. Got the Crown Court sign there. You've got a security guard walking about inside. So I'm nowhere near the precincts of the court. See, they've got metal detector scanners inside as well. So as you go through that. They've got a Serco van just there, so they've either brought people that was on remand in, or it's there ready to take people off to whatever prison they in this court. So it's just shutters down at the end. There's no side entrance at all. One thing you have got, you've got a potential GDPR breach there, because you've got a screen facing out. I will blur anything if the camera picks anything up, so the information won't go into the private. So we've got a GDPR breach there, or potential GDPR breach.
Big one as well.
Yeah, looks like an emails, but I've zoomed in on it, but I will blur out any information that comes up.
Are you going to go in and tell them, or are you?
No, I'm not going to, because I've got to go into their precinct to do that. No, which means I've got to stop filming. Yeah, I'll do that next. Just send these guides. Do anything. Okay, so that's the court. Gave some details of the murders that have happened, that have been tried at this Crown Court. So if you like that video, please give it a thumbs up, please give it a like, please give it a share, and as always, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.